Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, me once again, and welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. This time it is going to be on Uncharted. Now, Uncharted is the live-action film adaptation of the very popular video game franchise from PlayStation, which I'm a big fan of. I have the four mainline games for PS4. These are the games that wanted me to get big into gaming. So when I heard a movie was coming out, I was really looking forward to it. Despite most video game adaptations, video game film adaptations not being so great, it it really didn't matter. I see them anyway. So this film stars Tom Holland as Nathan Drake and Uncharted as Victor Sullivan, also known as Sully. This actually takes things a little bit different than what happened in the games because in the okay, so basically it's the film adaptation of Uncharted. If you know what Uncharted is, then I'm not sure if you should expect anything big out of this one because critics are really hating on this movie a lot, okay? Even when it was announced that this movie was coming out and the casting of Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg were going to be present, it got a lot of controversy. I mean, I understand why, because mainly because Tom Holland looks a little too young to be Nathan Drake, and it was going to focus on a younger version of Nathan Drake. But actually, it would have made a little bit more sense if Mark Wahlberg was Nathan Drake because he kind of looks like he could play the part. But I'm gonna be completely honest. This movie, it wasn't bad. Okay, I have seen very worse video game film adaptations out there. In fact, this is nowhere near one of the all-time worst, okay? There is enjoyment to be had. As a treasure adventure film, it works. But as an Uncharted film, it doesn't work so much, okay? The saving grace is honestly Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg. I thought they were great in the movie. I honestly thought they were a lot of fun to see on screen, okay? And I like how they actually put well-known actors and not random actors like out on the street because that's kind of like what it felt like with the new Resident Evil movie. I'm not sure if any of those actors were in any big name things, but yeah, in here I like their chemistry together. Though I will say, the story of how they met I thought worked a lot better in the third Uncharted game when we actually see like a flashback of how they actually met. Nathan Drake was much younger. Sully was probably still the same age, but whatever. There is a lot of entertainment to be had, especially with this epic action sequence with flying ships, flying water ships, and stuff like that. It was really fun to see. But of course, the fact that it's trying to take from a very popular source material doesn't fully work here because, of course, there are times where it doesn't really fully feel like an Uncharted movie. I mean, they got the characters in there, and but there isn't a whole lot of action. I mean, there is puzzle solving, but really, it's more fun if you just do the puzzles and not watch them on screen. But in order to fully get that full great cinematic Uncharted experience, it's honestly more fun just to play the games. But not to say I didn't have fun here, but I can definitely see why the critics are hating on this movie. Hell, the director of this movie directed Venom, both the Venom films, and critics hate on the movie, but audiences seem to have really enjoyed the movies. But I mean, hey, he also directed Zombieland, which both critics and audiences agree is amazing. I even agree with that. In the end, to me, this movie just felt more like a epic, fun treasure hunting film than a full, faithful adaptation to Uncharted. But I can say they at least tried here. But in the end, I felt like the story it was decent, but honestly, the stories in the Uncharted games were a lot more enjoyable and a lot more fun. Hell, there was actually a fan made a short on YouTube that actually felt a bit more like Uncharted than this full film adaptation of Uncharted. But you know what? I'm not gonna just nitpick every single thing that they did wrong in this movie because you know what? I could say they at least tried. Honestly, in terms of treasure hunting video game adaptations, I thought Tomb Raider was a bit better. The new Tomb Raider. I don't really care about the Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider movies. Uh, but yeah, Uncharted. I had an okay time with them. I saw this with my friend Matthew Bailey, who also saw the new Tomb Raider film with me, or not. It's not really new anymore since it came out 4 years ago. But fans might enjoy this movie. Fans will absolutely hate this movie. It's all gonna depend on what you expect. Don't expect anything massive or huge because it's just a treasure hunting film that tries to capture its source material in the best possible way it can. But to me, it felt a little flat. Not to say there isn't enjoyment out of here. Okay, the movie isn't boring. It's kind of slow paced since there isn't a whole lot of action. The action stuff doesn't get really heavy until the very last act, but I thought it was satisfying. The last act I thought was pretty satisfying, and yeah, I have a feeling they're probably gonna try and make more of these, but we're just gonna have to see what happens. It might make a lot this weekend. I mean, when I went to go see it, there was a lot more people than I expected to be in the theater that I went to go see it in. It was actually pretty damn packed, if you ask me. So yeah, that's saying something right there. But yeah, this isn't a bad one, but it could have tried a little bit better. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. There is a couple more movies I want to try and see this weekend. I am playing Horizon Forbidden West right now. I just started playing that game. I'm so glad I'm finally playing it. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm going to take as much time as possible with that game. So yeah, but anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.